Disturbing, Eric.
So I
Utterly
just want to point out in the pre-show meeting,
Like a little bit of love sponge.
if you guys
What about
listen to the audio version, you'll know the conversation. Marcus had a hard time with the chain in the UK known as Greg's. Marcus, if it was called Paul, would you respect it more if it was called Paul's?
No, pause as in PAWS, like dogs.
No,
Maybe
Paul's
yes.
as in like the name, like Greg and Paul's.
Maybe
I refuse to accept. I refuse to accept the hatred he has for Greg's. I've
Greg's
refused to have
stupid.
it because I know for a fact he's probably bought his shoes from Kenny's Shoes.
No, I've never heard of Kenny Shoes. Why would I even do that? Manny, I am a person who at Kenny Shoes. At least it goes Kenny Shoes. It's not like I went to go get a baguette at Greg's. And so this is I go, okay, that must be
That
one.
doesn't sound bad at all.
That doesn't even sound bad.
Hold on, hear me out. That must be one nice establishment where I got my baguette. That might be a nice establishment. But to imagine Greg's to become a chain, it's just ridiculous.
It has two G's at the
end. It's so boring. 2 G's. Yeah, right. Greg's? I don't care about that. You think I care about Greg's? I don't care how many G's made this restaurant or establishment. It's a boring name.
Manny,
yeah, my name's Greg. We're gonna call this place Greg.
Do we even run the intro? I don't think there's.
I don't think so because I don't even understand Marcus' hatred for Greg's. Because I just like if I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna go pick up something from Greg's. You want something?" I see nothing wrong with it, Marcus. It's right on the same level of going to Tam's.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Tabs is
you're lost in your own. You've been befuddled in your own argument.
No, for Tabs, at least it's a different name. Is it Tammy?
Okay, Mark. Let me ask a question. There's also a place, Mark. There's a place
different.
called George.
Greg.
There's a place called George. So
George
we're
who?
going to. It's a restaurant. It's a restaurant called George.
What's the rest of it though? Tell me what
George.
the rest of it is called.
It's just George.
No, tell me what the rest. It's not.
It's just George.
It's not just George.
It is.
It's George Greek food.
No, that's that other place.
Wait. There's a Papa John's. That's just as bad. That's a
Papa. Well, that's Big Papa John though.
No.
That's like Big Daddy Kane pizza.
You can't stop making rules for this.
No. The Papa is a good it catches my attention. Papa, oh my God, we're poor people. We're eating pizza. That's what that reminds me. It reminds me of Fivel or some shit.
Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Podcast. For this purpose, my name is Greg.
My name's Steve.
I was hoping you were gonna become Lord Greg, just to piss Marcus off even more.
No, because I typed swerve in my notes for on the Thursday show, and it autocorrect to Steve.
Oh, so and in that box we have the Greg finale. The Greg finale, not the Greg finale. He's the Greg finale today.
You know how much more exciting that sounds than Greg's the restaurant or Greg's Pizzeria or Greg whatever. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to the Greg finale, and then they just turn to Greg's like that. That would be so much of a better place. Like, oh, Greg's finale. Like Carl's Jr. has a better name, and you know that's a shitty name for Carl's Jr. At least you go like, oh, who was Carl Sr.? Greg's.
Hey yo,
Greg just sounds like the friend you go to when you don't want to go talk to your real friends.
I used to make taglines for poor folk food. Bologna because your dad walked out. Man, don't disrespect fried bologna, man. That's some good shit right there. But so I want to touch on something before we get into the SmackDown report.
I really thought you were gonna say, speaking of dads walking out, Rey Mysterio walked out in the middle of the Dominic match or something.
Well, I mean, I would walk out his ass too. But so as everyone knows, if anything about this network or this station on our YouTube, we've been long supporters of NXT. We were supporters of NXT Black and Gold. We were supporters of NXT 2.0. And on this episode of 2.0, they decided to change the logo back to the Black and Gold. We don't know if it means that they're going back to the Black and Gold. Oh, the Super Diva. But my question for you, gentlemen, is that is it a point now where they maybe should not go into the past? Because arguably Black and Gold was not a very successful endeavor. NXT 2.0 wasn't a successful endeavor, but shouldn't they try to continue to push forward with new ideas and not go back to the past? Manny, I'll go to you because I'm pretty sure Marcus has a lot to say about this because he's still steaming about Greg and his establishments.
Well, thank you, Greg. I don't think they've laid out a business plan.
It's called Greg's. Tune in every Wednesday or every Tuesday night for WWE Greg's.
They haven't necessarily labeled a business plan as in what they're going to do. They've just done a logo change. So there's no. I don't know if there's any like real like intention to go back to Black and Gold. All I know is they've already set in stone that they're bringing back takeovers. So
okay,
because obviously they just changed the logo to white and gold, and I don't think they're going back to that model so much. But like only time will tell because I think they'd change the logo. I think they're still going to hold on to what they're currently doing in terms of the plan. I think
so. Marcus, do you agree with Manny that this NXT is going to be the same on the inside? They just have a different paint job on the outside of the building.
Well, yeah, and I don't believe nothing at all is going to change. We're still going to be down south slinging, but I bet you they're going to have new interest music and colors because the main thing people had with NXT was that they hated all the colors. Apparently, they hated the colors. They hated the colors. They hated the color scheme and everything. So that's why most people hated NXT anyway. It's not because if you watch it, it's the same show. It's booked the same way. Parking lot violence, matches here and there. Security guards fighting people. It's the same fucking show. It's
Shout out to Hank.
The only difference is that it's colorful and it's actually younger. That's it.
Okay. That was the only question I have for you guys.
Same thing.
And there's less indie talent, so everyone's a bit more greener than what you would expect from Black and Gold.
I mean, I hope everything kind of stays the same because I do like the campy nature of NXT that they do right now. I mean, you're not going to get the super diva at any other place, whatever. I still don't know how to get my head around that.
Eric, that man gyrated. I think he would, if Vince was still employed, he'd be like, yeah, get him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, he might have did that.
I see Vince McMahon go, the cackle and everything. But, also I want to shout out to NXT for doing what most of these wrestling shows can do. Increase their viewership this week. But everybody, I guess, jumped up this week. I don't know what happened this week. I guess.
So, El Luchador, I would like to you lay out some evidence of why you feel Mandy Rose is the worst women's champion ever. I would disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think Mandy Rose, since her time in NXT, has really evolved as a performer, as a character, as a leader of her faction, and arguably she has the most consistent V-trigger in the game at the moment. So I would like to see why you feel she's the worst women's champion ever.
She's ready to live. She's ready to live, stupid Morgan.
So let me talk about that, Marcus. You brought that up, Manny. Change the SmackDown graphic because let me tell you,
there is no SmackDown graphic because you're all over the place.
Well,
all over the place. I'm tired of this shit.
I cannot say this more than anything, but I got ready when Kayla was supposed to interview Ronda, and I got myself ready for that. I was like, Kayla can hold this interview. We could do something with this. And then next thing you know,
I don't like the way you said she could hold this interview. I'm just saying for the record.
This segment became the most cringe-worthy, uncomfortable segment I have ever seen. And the issue that I really had with it was this was a tape segment. So this was probably the best take that they had from it. But man, you have to get that title off of Liv Morgan quickly because it was just so awkward how she said. It just didn't. I don't know.
Blame Liv for that.
I disagree. I disagree at all.
Okay, why do you disagree, Marcus?
No, hold on. Let Manny go first.
He went first in the last segment.
No, let him go first again.
I don't blame Liv for that. I blame who she was working with. Ronda's very robotic, so whatever Liv put in, you weren't getting the same kind of energy coming from the other side. So, like, if that was done against anyone else, I think that segment would have played off a lot better. But the fact that it came off against Ronda, who doesn't necessarily have a big personality in the first place, it came off like Domo Origato, Mr. Roboto.
Well, I mean, for me, Liv was just so stiff in the segment. Like, she had perfect posture staring at her, like, staring at her. I don't know. I just...
Stiff, Eric. Ronda Rousey probably would have had rigor mortis sit in because she looked dead. She barely moved.
Marcus, now you were going to say something about this segment?
I'm saying I didn't think the segment was that bad. I mean, I've seen worse between them. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably like a 5 and like good. But at least that they got through it. And I feel like there's been worse segments between them. Just been worse.
I just felt like this was this thing that I said I need Charlotte or somebody to come back sooner rather than later because I just cannot deal with these two broads right now, especially Liv Morgan. Is not my champion. I
use Dames next.
I wouldn't mind if they took the title off of Liv Morgan and maybe sent her down to NXT and maybe she can get some seasoning like Mandy did. Like, if we could swap Mandy for Liv, I'll be a lot more excited about that. But that's just my take. So, Manny, Logan Paul started the show off. He talked about having Roman Reigns on his podcast, and then afterwards talking bad about Roman Reigns and challenged him. And now there's a press conference that's supposed to take place in about an hour and 17 minutes from here. And I guess they're going to announce, I hope it's not Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at the Crown Jewel. How did you feel about the overall segment that took place to open up Friday Night SmackDown?
It was a good segment, but if the goal was to get Logan cheered, that's not going to happen. Roman's going to get cheered more for the fact that it's Roman. The goal, I don't know what the end goal here is because he will get destroyed unless they're going to have him look credible, where he managed to take Roman to the limit, which shouldn't happen at all.
So, Marcus, the Bloodline debuted in Anaheim at full strength without Roman, of course, because, he doesn't come to California. But Paul Heyman was back. Solo was out there. The Usos was out there. And the honorary Us, Sami Zayn, was out there. I think this was one of the more enjoyable segments only because of Sami Zayn. I think it made Logan Paul even more passable in that situation and Paul Heyman being frustrated with him. What did you think about the Bloodline being in full force interacting with Logan Paul?
Well, Logan Paul immediately should just be a heel. I don't understand why he's not a heel. I hate it that they're trying to milk him as a babyface. The Pauls are heels just in persona and perception in the public. With that being said, I'm entertained by the Bloodline and their interaction and their turmoil. That Paul Heyman's frustrated with Sami, and Jay is also annoyed with Sami, where he's to the point where he's costing matches. He's trying to cost matches at this point. But
Did you not catch when Logan Paul punched Sami? Jay was the only one laughing on the outside.
Yeah,
they cut to Jay.
The inner dissension within the Bloodline is amazing. Like, even later on tonight where Solo says, nah, Jay, you stay back here because you already messed up once tonight. And he took Sami. I was like, oh, shit. This is going down here right here.
Look at that face.
Look at that look.
Look at that face.
Jay know what he did.
Jimmy even knows. Look at Jimmy even knows. You know it's bad when Jimmy starts knowing how bad you fucking are.
So I would jump to the... Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
But, I enjoyed the segment. I'm curious what the Bloodline will be like when Roman is with them next week. And I wonder if there are going to be replications with Jay. I feel like it's just leading to Sami and KL teaming up to take down the Usos.
Well, maybe, because it's really no true tag team contender at this point.
Because they're gonna blame him. They're gonna blame Sami for something, and it might be this Logan Paul feud. It may be something involving that.
Jumping into the chat, El Luchador had a couple of things to say. He says, just because you're attractive doesn't mean you can't work. WWE hired these women hoping they can get great in the ring like Trish, but it hasn't worked, and Mandy's mic work is mid at best. I still disagree with you. I think Mandy might talk a little bit slower, but I think...
Can I ask?
Go ahead, Mandy.
Who's he holding these people against? Who is he holding these people against? Because if he's holding these people against the AEW Women's Champion, they are on the same level as Mandy.
I think they're a little lower.
Tony Storm can't talk for shit. She's a good wrestler. She can't talk for shit. Jade can talk, but her wrestling is not up to the standards of Mandy Rose. So who's he comparing these women to? What top tier women is he comparing these women to?
Serena Deeb, maybe?
She's not a champion at the moment. He started this argument as the worst women's champion at the moment.
The Rosa who sandbags is probably up there high too.
No, Thunder Rosa is just as bad. Again, can wrestle, cannot talk for shit.
And El Luchador also says Logan Paul is that dude at your job who's always harassing women and making racist jokes but never get fired. Also known as Robert Sarver, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. Marcus, do you agree with that statement? Or are you that guy at your job saying all those comments and you should be fired, but you're not?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No. I say a lot of shit, but I don't think I should be fired for any of it. But it's never. No. Yeah, probably so. Look, the Pauls are unlikable people. They should be Hills. That's all I want to say. It's not the first you want to go with that.
And then John says they're planting those seeds for Sammy to team up with KO. KO said he wants to win the tag belts at WrestleMania with his boy one day, and so he could turn on him again.
I need to start off with your original thing. Mandy Rose is the worst women's champion ever. There have been way worse.
Oh, yes.
Way worse.
Oh, yes.
Ricochet still.
Watch the Attitude Era.
Tori Wilson was women's champion at one point, I believe.
Maria Kanellis was women's champion at one point. No, she was Divas champion. Never mind.
It's the same point. It's the same title.
Ricochet is still riding that wave of momentum. He got a win, although flawed because Jay interfered in the match. He got the win. Marcus, are you happy that Ricochet is still being featured as Triple H's favorite new guy that WWE has found again?
Again, I don't know where Ricochet comes from each week, thinking he could just be on TV, but I want to end to it. Not saying no. No, he's being featured, spotlighted, and they're giving him a push. He's winning matches here and there, and it's not like he's losing and jobbing. I mean, he lost to Carmelo, but he has a lot of momentum on his back, and he has still a pep to his step when he's out there. So I support the use of Ricochet.
So
because he's not doing anything with Mustafa Ali at all.
So what I don't support, and I understand they're trying to bring this asshole back as a face, but if he's going to continue to interrupt what I was waiting for, I was looking for the back to school collection. I was like, man, let me go get that blazer that Mansoor had on, and that fucking Braun Strowman decided to ruin everything. Me and Shantae was just looking like look at that outfit. They didn't even get to hit their third pose. They got interrupted in their second pose. Manny, and should we take a hit out on Braun Strowman? Maybe we should take him to Greg's and have him some food poisoning, because I just don't agree with him interrupting the models. I don't at all.
I didn't understand why he interrupted them, and then we got a Chad Gable segment directly after it. It just made no sense. What are they planning on doing? What are they doing with Braun Strowman?
Don't know.
Well, I think he's still a runaway train, guys, and he's controlling his narrative, and he had to attack them for just pure attacking. The Maxwell Bell Bottles deserve it for a lot of stuff they do.
No,
I enjoy their segments. I enjoy it, but think about it in context of a wrestling show. What the fuck does this have to do with pro wrestling? Why were they signed to show off their outfits? They don't ever wrestle. They had one match, 3 weeks ago. They don't ever do anything. I would be really upset that they're getting TV time if I'm a wrestler in full kayfabe. So that's why he attacked. That's a good motive to attack them. They're wreaking havoc on SmackDown, and they're taking spots. So Braun had all the reason in the world, and plus the back to school catalog. Man, get out of here. People have been back in school since August, according to Eric.
Yes, that is true. We had that argument. Now, moving on, Marcus. How did you feel about the interaction where you had Karrion Kross and Scarlett cut a promo, and then you have Drew McIntyre come out and stand on top of a table and talk about Karrion Kross and how he got his attention? Did you like the transition of Drew focusing on Kross now instead of the Tribal Chief?
Well, I would also like to add that Drew McIntyre did not have to stand on a table. He did not have to stand on there. I don't think he's already close to 7 feet tall or whatnot. He could just stand anywhere and he'd be taller. He could have went to the ring and had higher ground. I don't understand why stepping in the holy territory of Michael Cole and standing in his way when he had to say what he had to say.
Pat McAfee ain't here. Pat McAfee ain't here anymore. There's someone's got to stand on the goddamn table.
They do.
Can we get McAfee back for pay-per-views? I need Corey to go.
Hey, Corey had a sweet ass jacket. Oh, this episode of SmackDown. I like this jacket.
Corey sucks.
No, I mean vocally, but I'm a little upset because I'm really bothered by what Bailey has done. Bailey has ruined EO. EO used to be a very classy individual. Now she dresses like she at the club, trying to thirst trap everybody. She's trying to make Manny's thumbnails right now, wearing makeup, kicking her leg up very high in the air. She gets into the ring. I don't know what happened to EO, but damn it, Dakota and Bailey, it's all your fault.
EO is doing the exact same thing she did before. It's just that she isn't wrestling in her ring gear. She's not in her ring gear all the time, but she wore the exact same outfits.
I don't remember her dressing like this when she was with the sanctified pirate of the sky.
No, because she was in her ring gear all the time. But whenever EO is not in her ring gear, this is Io Shirai. This is what she wears.
But I thought Bailey and Raquel Rodriguez had a solid match. It was Bailey got a win. I mean, they took out Aaliyah. I don't think anybody really cares much about this situation, right?
Is that why they dropped the title though? And by the way, if we want to talk about worst champions, Aaliyah was the worst person to ever hold a belt and have a title as a women's wrestler. Just saying.
And he already just debunked his own argument because he didn't mention Ember Moon.
We can go back. We can go back to that in a minute. But do you think they took the title off of Raquel and Aaliyah because there was an injury? Because if you haven't touched on that, why did we get the sudden title change all of a sudden? It's like they woke up today. It was like, I had enough. Yeah, but he know the facts. He know the news.
Well, I knew the facts. I knew they dropped the title because Marcus, the thing is, they finally realized something that you guys have said numerous times on this show. Aaliyah should never hold gold in WWE. And they realized, hey, guys, we just gave Aaliyah a title. Why did we do that? I don't know. Let's take it off. We can rebuild Raquel, give her a new tag team partner, and we'll act like this never happened.
Do you think that was the first time Vince called Triple H? Like, no.
Like,
what have you done?
She's eye candy, nothing more. She's in the opposite end of the daddy category. We don't give them titles. We just don't. So Solo and Madcap had a very solid match with Solo getting the win after disrespecting his brother Jey Uso. The question that I have for you guys, and this is a very good question, who turns on the bloodline first? Solo, who runs Solo, or Sammy? Who?
Unknown caller.
I can't answer this phone call. That's for my food. Who turns first?
What kind of show is this? I have food calling me. Is it from Greg? Is it from Greg's?
No, man. It's for the
fucking Greg's.
It's for the barbecue tonight.
Is it for Greg's? Huh?
So the question: who turns first?
Oh, Sammy. That's not even a question.
I think it's Solo.
About?
I think
no,
Solo.
It's
Sammy only makes sense.
They've
been planting seeds for this for weeks. It's Sammy. Even Paul Heyman had enough. When he threw the microphone in the air, it's like, oh yeah, you handle this. Sammy's already the one turning.
Okay, all right. Did you guys care? Did you guys care about Riddick Moss in this situation, or was he just a available body to put Solo over some more?
No, they had a good match. I don't think he was there to put Solo over. He got himself over a bit more, and he's already over. And he's over, and I don't know why.
Wait a minute, I don't think he's over.
I think he gets a reaction.
He got a reaction.
I think that was fake.
I feel like he needs some tights because right now somebody needs to talk to him.
He gets more reaction than your boy Steve Strickland.
I wish I had some air horse so I could go boo 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 boo.
So first of all, we're talking about Madcap Boss.
And can you move your bottle because you got your static with your microphone? Because I know when we talk about Swerve, thank you.
Can you donate to the show to get a new microphone for this man, please? He moves his he does something on his desk and that happens, and then he blows on his microphone or something, and then it fixes itself. He does literally nothing.
You blowing your microphone, Manny. You blowing your microphone.
I don't. My microphone's so far away from me.
Well, your microphone's gonna leave you too. Okay. I blow my microphone
Wow.
to make sure it stays with me. Damn it. What were we even talking about? Madcap Moss?
Yes.
Fuck him.
No, I feel like my issue is that we got to get Madcap Moss some better tights because for the simple reason he's dressing like Imperium, like wearing the all black, and that's Imperium's gimmick. So
nah, we first need to get Solo some shoes.
well, that's true. He needs some ones, but look how wide them feet is. Them shoes ain't comfortable on his feet.
Yeah, but Air Force Ones are wide.
Yeah, but he probably got flat feet though.
Are you trying to get some Skechers that Howie Long be wearing or something? We talking about here? We talking about feet? What are we talking about feet for?
I don't know. The main event was for
Forget about Madcap feet.
The number one contendership for the tag team. You had Butch and Ridge going against Imperium, going against Hit Row, going against the New Day. Overall, this was a fun match. The New Day mocking Imperium with Holland and Butch winning, and now are the new number one contenders for the tag titles, who are going to face the Usos next week. Manny, overall, Pete Dunne is closer to getting his name back because now he has a title shot. Are you looking forward to the match next week for the tag team championships?
It should be good, but I don't know how Ridge Holland will fare in that match because I think he'll stand out a lot more when there's three capable wrestlers in there and Ridge, who's still kind of new to the game.
Yeah, we just got to hope that Ridge doesn't take out anybody from the bloodline because then that'll be it for his career at that situation. Marcus, what about you? Did you enjoy this main event? Did you think it was a proper main event? And therefore, are you looking forward to the tag team titles being defended next week?
I enjoyed the main event, but I was still puzzled about the participants in it. How the Hit Row get into the number one contenders match. But this is the issue with most wrestling. What happened to the Street Profits, who was in a number one contenders match, but Braun Strowman took them out? And wasn't there another team that was in there too?
American Alpha?
They were in the match though, right?
No, they were not.
No, they got taken out. They got taken out of this one too. Right? Yeah. So,
do you think
other team,
another team that was kind of written off TV is the new Vicious Viking Raiders because Eric hurt his foot? Is it now time that they cut their losses with this team because they seem very fragile?
I mean, it's always injuries or something going on, but I mean, it's just nothing that's ever worked. Whether they're the new Vicious Viking Raiders, whether they're trying to play off that Ivar is the handsome one, or they're playing basketball the Street Profits. People don't give a shit about their raid. I don't think people give a shit about these Vikings.
I would agree in that situation. I mean, it's like you got to cut you just got to cut bait while you can. It's like I don't think the Viking Raiders can really bring in what they want to have right there. Like, unless maybe they was associated with Drew or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like they were a big deal on the indies and stuff like that. I don't think it's translated over with whatever they've done.
So AEW?
I didn't watch that.
Are you talking about they go to AEW?
Yeah. What did you watch this week?
No, I watched Dynamite. I watched NXT and I watched SmackDown, but I did not watch Rampage. Let me just say, man.
Who watches that shit? Nothing happens of any importance.
Also, AEW, I am not watching 2 hours worth of Rampage next Friday. You can go fuck yourself.
I mean, when you start off your episode of Rampage with Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy, it's like you don't need that shit in your life.
But I was not meaning to jump into the Rampage guy. I was just saying that the new Vicious Viking Raiders could be the new Vicious Viking Raiders on.
I think they're
AEW.
I think they're too big for AEW. They would probably go to NWA or Impact. Back to Impact.
No, they should go back to New Japan.
Or New Japan,
there's no back to Impact. Nah. I think AEW fits their build. They just sit there, they wrestle on Dark every now and then. They fight the Dark Order on Rampage.
Yeah, but
nice matches.
To pay how much they're gonna ask, it's just gonna be like
they're not gonna ask for much. They're not getting much. What is that? What do they have to bargain with? Nothing.
Wow. You're a hateful individual, man.
He's
I'm not.
right. There's no lies there.
There's no high demand. Like, what they gonna say? Oh no, Mr. Khan, this is a little low for us. We're the new vicious Viking Raiders. And I know they're gonna go buy War Machine again, but they're not gonna get the money. Especially if Tony wants to save money and stuff, or Discovery, or whoever the fuck is in charge over there. They're not good. They're not getting the bag. They get decent money. They're, AEW already got problems. We don't need new problems of, oh my God, the Viking Raiders are making more than me problems in the locker room. No, kiss my ass. You getting paid less than members of the Dark Order. Coca Cabana making more than you at this point.
But the thing is that the Viking Raiders, or AKA War Machine, that was one of Triple H early signings. Do you think he's gonna really let them go?
It wasn't early. They came in the middle of the hottest run of NXT.
John says he's over their tag name. They probably got the concept from the NFL.
With those sorry ass Vikings too.
They whooped your ass though.
Hey, you know what? You want to talk about the past? The past don't exist anymore. Okay, just think of it that way. The past is happening.
You starting to sound like a Jets fan.
Except the thing is, Manny, Jets fans are realistic. They know what their season is going to be.
Not all of them.
Mark really thought the Green Bay was going to do something with them young ass receivers.
It's been one game.
Have you written them off after one game?
Yeah, you wrote them off after one game. Oh, they thought they were going to have a good season. They're having a horrible season. It's been one game.
Aaron Rodgers is a cancer right now, man.
Your punk ass Chargers have 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm writing them off.
We won our first one, and on short notice, we lost, but we kept it close against Kansas City, who was a favorite.
Your quarterback, Sherbert, has melted, and is now day to day.
Yeah, he got hurt, and he made a big mistake when he threw that interception, but that wasn't his fault.
Sherbert
it was the wide receiver's fault because he was too tired.
Sherbert ain't shit. Now, you're going to write Aaron Rodgers off an MVP, but Sherbert and Chargers are okay.
Wow, Matt Stafford really had a great game against Buffalo. I'm sure he was outplayed by Josh Allen.
You realize Aaron Rodgers is basically CM Punk right now.
I know he is. Cancer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a cancer.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
He threw all his baby, instead of uplifting his new receivers, he threw them all underneath the bus.
Fuck him. Catch the ball. Grow up. Be a man.
Jets fans are delusional in winning a division title as
John, that was unnecessary. John, I did nothing wrong to you.
Wait, I don't think I've ever heard a Jets fan say we're gonna win a division title this year.
Nope.
No, I heard Jets fans. I think I heard Jets fans say we're gonna try to compete.
Well, this is the first time I heard Cowboys fans being quiet though, because they know Dak got hurt again.
They should have never. They should have never paid that man.
Clearly, we don't have any more wrestling to talk about. As Marcus has questions, he would ask me.
I'm going to go to. Wait, there's a lot of wrestling that you just refuse to cover, I guess.
Because you guys covered it already. You guys do a thorough job on Tuesdays
and Thursdays. What's the point of your podcast then if you don't even cover a fraction of wrestling?
Pretty much to cover SmackDown. Because remember, your audio.
I quit. I'm never doing the Saturday show again. If this is what the point of the Saturday show is, to cover 2 minutes of SmackDown. You didn't even cover all the segments of SmackDown.
I covered everything. What did I miss, Marcus?
You missed out on a lot.
What did I miss? I covered everything. What did I miss? This is like your argument with Craig's, man. What did I miss?
What's the point of this show if we're already going to talk about SmackDown?
It's pretty much
you don't watch Rampage.
Yeah, you don't watch Rampage, so how dedicated are you?
At least you can watch Rampage.
I have watched Rampage, and guess what? We don't even talk about it when I do.
We could have talked about it. I can talk about the results of Rampage.
Luchador, there is no ad revenue.
Yeah, but you did. What was the point of it? I'm losing sleep. For what? What did we talk about here?
You know, we can do this. We can make the Saturday show the Untitled Manny and Eric show. And we can just cover SmackDown. Yeah, look at that. Without him, I'm here. Technical difficulties.
Well, I'm
He
back.
never left people.
I
He never left.
Actually, I just want to make a protest, as in what this show has become. For like, you cheat your audio listeners. What's the point of everything? What they come in? Oh, I'm here to SmackDown report.
Marcus,
this
how do I?
Used
Marcus,
to be 2 hours.
How do I?
Wrestling podcast and talk about wrestling.
How do I cheat the audio listeners when they get the Untitled Manny and Marcus show audio
They don't care about our opinion when they come for your opinion. What's the point of you being on this channel if you don't have an opinion about nothing?
So I can discuss SmackDown. You know what? Maybe I'll retire right now. No one would care if I put my boots in.
Creating this much dissension.
I can put my boots down. Like, I mean, this is the most exciting thing ever.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to come in.
How's it ridiculous?
It's a Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast, the original main thing on this show, where we covered everything, but now it's reduced to Eric wanted to cover 5 minutes of SmackDown.
And whatever else randomly comes up and we talk about. You guys cover everything on Tuesday and Thursday, Marcus. I'm not a man that tries to rehash.
What? That doesn't even make sense. That's like, oh man, on ESPN, they covered on SportsCenter, they covered that already. Let's not cover anything.
Let me ask a question.
Ever again, because we heard what Stephen A had to say.
Let me ask a question, Manny. Do you like shows that continue to repeat and cover the same thing over and over again?
If I'm a listener, I probably wouldn't listen to that.
Thank you. It becomes nauseating if you have to hear somebody repeat over and over.
Today, I quit the Saturday show, guys.
Okay, that's fine.
It's 100% useless. It's 100% useless. I quit. This is it. It's no point doing this show. If we don't get a there's no point. If we're going to cover 2 minutes of SmackDown. And why don't we just change the name, the Sharpshooters Presents the SmackDown Report?
That'd be fine.
Because I feel you have cheated all your listeners on anything that has happened in a week. And it's just only you who now claim to cover wrestling don't even cover wrestling.
I've never claimed that.
5 minutes of SmackDown.
I never claimed that. I claim I cover entertainment.
What a waste. Woke up for this. What a waste of time.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
He right.
Well, I could easily leave my boot to the ring and just have you guys do the Untitled Manny and Marcus show Saturday. They cover SmackDown.
This match will be canceled. It's done. I don't even. It's no point. It's over.
Manny, do you still want to do
this while we're live?
I don't know, because it's all because you know what
there's nothing else to talk about.
Everybody loves
to talk about the show.
What you want me to talk about? Carmelo Hayes losing to Solo again? Like, because Marcus, I hate to do this to you, but because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it was at one point you said that it makes no sense to talk about stuff that has already happened if they moved on. Because me talking about Solo defeating Carmelo for his NXT title, but then him defending his title on SmackDown against Madcap makes no sense. So why cover that?
Then why not state that if this thing made no sense? You just said your main topic for that segment was, do you love Madcap Moss? That was what you chose to be the question.
The heel.
He's the heel.
Right
He's the heel. He's the heel. Because people don't understand the Saturday show. We understand Marcus' sleep pattern. So me and Manny
used to be good. It used to be good.
Yeah, because
it used to be 3 hours long.
It used to be 3 hours long.
And then on top of that, it was entertaining.
And on top of that, there wasn't a show that took place on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And also, let's not forget about a show on Wednesday.
It's been around for 3 years. That's how the Manny show has been around for 3 years almost.
And you guys cover everything and
what
more.
Are you here for?
And do a great job.
No, waste of time. Saturday's a waste of time. Saturday's canceled. I'm just gonna sleep. Forget it.
Okay. Me and Manny will show up and we will discuss the SmackDown and our inability not to watch Rampage. It's fine, Marcus. You could sleep. You do 3 shows already. You don't need to do 4.
You ain't covering news no more. There's no point in even talking.
What news happened?
I don't know. Anything.
Once again, Marcus, you have accused me of not covering news, but there's no news. You accused me of not covering all of SmackDown, but I covered every ounce of SmackDown. you don't watch Rampage, so you can't accuse me of not watching Rampage. And normally, when you have things about other things in the week, you say, "Oh, I have some questions for you." I didn't watch Raw. I admit I did not watch Raw because I had medical procedures that took more precedence over watching Raw.
Whatever. Let's end the show.
Man, is there anything you want to add? I mean, this all started because of Greg's. He's so upset about Greg's.
No, it's because he's played basketball and has 15 minutes of sleep.
Yeah,
today.
like you talk about me not doing the show seriously, but who knows and plays basketball knowing that he's going to lose sleep on this one? This sounds like a Marcus problem, not an Eric problem.
I showed up.
We know what this show is.
Ready to do a show. I have all my research done. I am prepared. I have ideas molded together.
So let me ask a question, Marcus. The research that you have completed, is it going to have anything different from what you said on Tuesday and Thursday? Have you changed any of your opinions?
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. A lot of times my opinions do change in the middle of the week.
Okay. You run the show right now. You
go ahead.
You take the reins after the SmackDown report, and then you ask all the questions.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here for you, sir. What's on your mind?
I'm not playing this game.
What?
I'm not playing it. You're not tricking me to do a Logan show. I already quit into the show. I'm not playing this game.
It's not doing a longer show. This is what you wanted to do. You wanted to talk about extra things.
You guys have already discussed.
No. You want what Eric's takes are on the rest of the week. So ask the questions.
Yeah, what is dying so much that you want me to know, Mark? What happened on NXT that you want me to talk about so much?
Well, you didn't watch Raw.
So what happened on Raw that I missed out on, Mark? What happened on Raw?
Well, nothing. I'm just trying to point out the fact that this could have been a week. This could have been a week. This could have been a week where stuff happened and you chose not to cover it.
So can we save this argument? Can we park this argument for another time when we skip over a load of shit that should have been covered? Because nothing really happened.
And to my credit, Manny, I will point out that when shit happens in a week of professional wrestling, I do talk about it again on the Saturday show. Marcus, nothing happened this week. Nothing. Everything was predictable from AEW. We knew who was going to be in the finals for the title. It was going to be the Blackpool Fight Club going against each other.
I wanted you to talk about the initials just to see where initials came up. Just saying.
We knew that Damon Kitt was going to do something stupid and handcuff the Good Creed brother to the top of the cage to let Pretty Deadly retain their titles. Nothing happened. Nothing was groundbreaking.
I still don't understand how he got that handcuff on, because he was getting kicked the shit out of. Julius was not taking shit that day.
What, Mark? Do you want me to discuss my opinion of that independent pizzeria man making it on Dynamite before half of their roster?
Display your frustrations with Luigi Primo. Go ahead.
You know what? The fact that he got beat up backstage, I don't care. I'm not an AEW loyalist. I mean, the guy looked like a jobber. Why were they interviewing a jobber in the first place? It's just really ridiculous what AEW does half of the time, because last week, they didn't give me any closure to what they happened in that locker room with their suspensions and stuff right now. Because right now, it looks like to me, following Kenny Omega, he's on a vacation. He hooked back up with Ibushi. They are sharing meals with each other. He's living his best life. Like, it don't seem like there's no ramifications. I'm just like, what is going on? I haven't heard from the Young Bucks. It's just like, what did you want me to talk about?
Everyone else that's been suspended has had their suspensions ended. So everyone that's been involved in the fight has remained suspended. So Pat Buck, who we all thought got suspended just out of name, has had his suspension removed. So has Michael Nakazawa.
Aleister Black, who everybody rumored that was separated from his girl, they went on a vacation together. Looked like he was happy.
You know what, Eric? And that's what I wanted. And it took me to light a fire ass to get some of this hate and pettiness out of your system. That's what the wanted. Because honestly, that was the most entertaining part of the show, was you just ranting on him going to hang out with Ibushi and them shit. Okay, that shit is the one I want from a Saturday show. It's
And
to
Marcus-
get that type of entertainment, and you refuse to give that type of hate and take together. Okay,
No. First and foremost,
because
Marcus,
you just decided to milk through a SmackDown
I will
episode.
admit that this week I have janked it, but because I had a lot of things that took place this week for me, I went to the doctor and everyone, yes, I am now off
God.
blood thinners. I do not have, I have to
Oh,
take aspirin
wait,
for the
wait,
rest of my life, but I do not have the main blood thinner
Wait a
anymore.
minute. Can I jump in and say, who cares about that? I'm just like-
However, at the same time, my body doesn't feel right, and I don't know if it's mentally or physically. So yes,
It's mentally.
excuse me if I didn't watch all wrestling. And on top of that, my brother, on top of that, there are 2 shows that are taking away time for me watching wrestling. 2 shows that I hold dear to my heart. The first show being House of the Dragon. I
thought you were
enjoy
gonna
that
say
show.
House.
No, because I say
No,
it the
that's
right
an
way.
hour of your time. That is an hour of
Yeah.
your time. What else are you
And-
doing in this time except
and
masturbating?
And, you know, instead of watching Rampage yesterday, know what I decided to watch? The Great Britain Bake Off, because it's back, baby. Paul Hollywood is back, and they're making American cakes, and I can't wait for that.
Beating off the cookies and
To
Bake-
prove, baby, to prove.
It's the same episode every single goddamn
It's not, man.
time.
It's not.
It is. Oh
It's
my
not.
God. Are they gonna beat the clock on this one?
No,
And
they
then
always beat the
they-
clock.
And then
the cake
they
has in
taste the
prison.
food. And then they taste the food and they say, oh, this was a little dry, or this is a little wet, or this is a cookie, or something like that. And then and Guy Fieri says, you're the winner.
First of all, Guy Fieri is not even on this show, man. This is on Netflix. Don't take the Great Britain Bake Off with Guy Fieri. Don't do that.
I'm from Great Britain. I don't even watch this Bake Off.
Man, he don't
Yeah.
really cook though.
The only person I respect on Bake Off is Noel Fielding because he's a comedian.
Okay.
His
I
funniest
appreciate
joke was, "What if I took my microphone and put it to my head, and then you just read my thoughts? And if you have a shit time, it's your fault."
He is actually quite funny.
It's a well-played joke.
Yeah. What you want me to talk about Hank versus Javi?
Yes.
Yeah, where's your yes? Why aren't you talking about Hank right now? That's what they tuned in for this show.
'Cause
for,
Marcus-
is to get your takes on Big Body Hobby and Hank the
Marcus,
security guard,
You know what?
aka
Because,
your brother Ryan.
Marcus, they heard my takes when you guys read my chat on the Thursday episode when I talked
Ain't
about
nobody-
Hank having the worst punches
Nobody
in the
read that
game.
chat. No
And
one
then-
likes to read.
Of course,
That's
Hank
like-
does
that's like
have
reading the subtitles of a show.
Of course,
Read
Hank
it
does have the
around.
physique. Wait, Marcus, maybe you don't read the chat and you getting the show confused with everything else, but Manny does acknowledge the chat and he does a good job of reading the chat and what people say.
Nice to chat. I acknowledge
Thank
the chat.
you.
Yes, you know, Mark, you do
No.
not acknowledge the chat, Marcus.
You don't acknowledge my funny comments.
Marcus, let me point
I
out,
put
Marcus.
all you guys' comments on there.
Manny, excuse me. Let's tag team real quick because I have showed up to try to support everything else, and I have said many things in the comment that's relevant to the things that they're talking about. And do he say any of them? No, not at all. Not
You
at all.
normally
And
leave.
then on top of that, he has the audacity behind my back to try to bring another hater onto the network when I'm the prime hater. I'm the prime factor. How dare you try to bring another hater on the program? And on top of that, the Hate NXT 2.0, a show that I love. A show that I love. How dare you do that, Marcus? Behind my back. Behind my back. Acknowledge me as your only true hater, Marcus. Acknowledge me now. Acknowledge me, Marcus.
No,
Let me know that I'm your number one hater. Let me know.
no. My number one hater is Jamie Hater for one. That's felt like he's a hater. But no,
You wanted this,
how
Marcus.
dare
This is
you.
what you asked for. This is what you
Yeah,
wanted.
but you know what? Now that I got it, what a waste of time this was.
Well, you wanted this. You could have been back in your bed taking a nap.
I ended the show 30 minutes ago.
No, you quit, but you didn't walk away because you have FOMO. You have fear of missing out. You can't let Manny and I do a show because you can't live with the fact that maybe me and Manny have more chemistry than you do if we ever got along with each other.
Well,
You don't want
first
that to
of all,
happen.
First of all, chemistry is not a word.
Wow. So now I know you petty because you're going after my speech impediment. You know, that's
No,
what people did to
actually-
Cody Rhodes.
There was a moment. What were we talking about? We were talking about short circuit, and he had to dial back in on the road to get involved in a conversation about short circuit.
Exactly. Because he
How dare
can't have it. He can't have it.
How dare you guys have a conversation about? You know what? Fuck you guys for having a conversation about short circuit without me on the show. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It just seemed like a fun conversation to be a part of, and I wasn't involved. So you guys can kiss the darkest part of my ass.
See, Marcus? It's called FOMO, man. I know what it is. So, although Marcus quit and he said,
FOMO.
"Oh, I'm not gonna be here next week," he gonna be here next week.
Of course, I'll be here next week. What? People make me sick.
I'm just saying. So now just admit that you were wrong about Greg's.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm never going to be wrong about that.
Manny, if I ever make it to London, can you take me to Greg's? I really want to go.
Greg's are in a level of the same amount of Starbucks everywhere. There's Greg's everywhere.
That's a fucked up town you're in, Greg's. Well, Benny, invite me when I take it to the when you come to the United States. I take it to Eddie's Junior Liquor on the corner of every single.
No, I want to go to Arby's.
hood.
I want to go to Arby's just to make you upset.
Manny, did I tell you what Marcus did? He called me on the phone and said that Ryan has crossed the line. Ryan is getting kicked out behind. I have disowned him. He cannot be in his house. And I'm like, what, did he not pay you with it? Then he said he brought Arby's into this household. And I was like, Marcus is so upset that Ryan brought Arby's into the house.
Yeah.
If you ever find out where Marcus lives, just keep sending Arby's to the front door.
Manny,
who keeps doing this?
Manny, there's a part of me right now that wants to DoorDash Marcus some Arby's.
I don't even want to DoorDash it. I want someone to knock on the door, leave it in front, and run away.
The unfortunate thing about that is that Marcus has that security gate in front of him.
That's like leaving shit on fire in front of my door. And I'm even going to say, who keep doing this? What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Instead of being the boo-boo baron, he's the Arby's baron.
You break into the house, you don't take anything, you just leave Arby's in.
You left Arby's with a best of Roger Strong DVD next to it. Like, here, enjoy this meal while you watch this DVD.
I feel like that's the greatest horror movie of all time. The Arby's? No.
No, the greatest.
What is this? Roast beef and cheese? Get this shit out of my house.
I'm just curious. To all the listeners on the show, please let me know in the email. Would you guys be interested in my initial impressions of a Steam Deck? Because my Steam Deck finally came through.
How many times do I have to tell you to do? How many times do I have to do? Just fucking do it. I'm tired of you. Just do it.
Steam Deck. I don't care about his dick being steamed.
First of all, you need to stop making everything sexually, Marcus. You need to get some sex because you keep taking everything to sex, man. I understand. You just need to.
I don't know what a Steam Deck is, okay?
Because Marcus, I heard you on the show talking about how your fantasy with Kiana James and all them and how this is a porno waiting to happen. The teacher, her assistant.
What? You trying to tell me they're not porno characters?
I think they're just employees that are trying to make it as a wrestler, Marcus.
You are talking bullshit, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, yeah, because as 1,000% nothing but porno characters. No one in the real life dresses like that. I know you watch a lot of porn and you think people dress
I do not watch a lot of porn,
when they're
Marcus.
when they're in the office or if they're teachers. This is what teachers dress like these days.
Look at you showing your expertise, my brother. You talking about me.
What?
I direct porn.
Manny, you got a really stinky job, I think, if that's the case.
It was a joke.
Thirst Trapper Jones.
I'm Thirst Trapper Jones. Thirst Trapper Jones knows all of these things.
Man, your greatest thirst trap, Nikita Line, she really can't wrestle, man. I've seen the strides that Lash Legend is making, and Nikita ain't making those same strides, man. She just ain't. But she get you your views.
How dare you?
Not really.
That's all she got.
Her time has passed.
And she looked a little doughy in that picture. She don't look as thick. She look a little bit. She put a little extra Q in it, like you know how like Greg's has an extra G.
You gonna get pie face by her and get Eddie Kingston suspended, all right?
Yeah, why do you body shame women?
Why is Eddie Kingston suspended? Look like he having a miserable time, but everybody else is not.
Well, you never body shame men, but body shame women.
Oh, I do. I've talked bad shit about Eddie Kingston on numerous occasions.
No, you don't.
Tell me another. Yeah, no. You said
ever since you read that fucking article about him, you have not said anything about him.
Yeah, but before I read that article, I talked a lot of shit about Eddie Kingston.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
I've been saying that when I understood who the man was, not just the performer, I was like, yeah, I get it.
Can we?
But I still talk shit about Matt Hardy. Fucking Matt Hardy.
I won this argument by Manny even coming full circle and acknowledging Eric's a piece of shit. Just saying, I won.
Marcus.
I won.
Marcus, you act like that was the best kept secret. Everybody know who I am.
Yeah, proud of it.
I mean, Marcus, let's be real. We have established on numerous episodes throughout. We have established between numerous episodes of the Sharpshooters Podcast and the Untitled and Manny Show, and even on everything else, that I am probably the biggest asshole on the entire network. Because you know why? Because a couple words, Marcus. Because I don't give a fuck. I haven't said it a long time, but I don't. I just don't.
I think with Eric, much like Kiana James has all these various things listed after her name, like CBA, DDP. Yeah. I think Eric is now Eric POS.
No, I'm probably Eric FKA the hater, now known as piece of shit, POS.
No, you're Eric POS. You'd be like POS.
It's like I'm going to NWA. Even Shantae laughs. She knows who I am. She knows I say some of the most awful, haters things. I just can't wait to do it. How many people did I talk about at the concert, babe? At Alicia Keys? A lot. Although,
oh my god!
No, get Shantae on here. Get Shantae on here now.
No, Shantae can't come in here right now. But Shantae,
first of all, hold on. You need to put some respect on your wife. Happy birthday, Shantae.
Her birthday's Monday. We're just celebrating 2 days early.
Oh well, why didn't you say that in the first place? Then?
Yeah, it's Facebook 2 days early.
I knew it wasn't. Facebook didn't let me know. So I just assumed.
Anyway, though, but so Shantae talked about me talking shit, but she took it upon herself to talk about the lady with the biggest fake ass that we ever see. That I know she didn't fit into that seat. See, look. So you see, her hate is justified, but my hate is not justified.
Yeah, I hope this is.
John, I've been canceled long before.
I will hope that this. He called him by his government name. But Eric, I will hope this is the episode Eric gets canceled because it's a crazy rant about all time. Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega get back together, women in their fake ass.
No, that was Shantae talking about the one with the fake ass, not me.
I don't think that. I think this whole episode is just going to be the best of September.
Well, because Marcus went on his rant talking about I don't do anything, and then when I do so, he's like, "You need to stop, Eric," because
With my rant, I saved the episode. I'm just saying. I saved the episode.
The family that hates stays together.
It's honestly true.
I mean, you can't say anything more. And it's gonna be a lot of hating on because for Shantae's birthday celebration, she has a karaoke machine. She's already ready. She tuned it up. She's ready to let her vocal cords
tune up a karaoke machine.
Oh, Manny, she broke it in already. We got the disco strobe lights going and everything. It's all.
Well, what's this? Huh? Oh, there's karaoke. I'm suddenly. Where the hell's my phone so I can lie? It's suddenly been called into work. I cannot make it. My watch is telling me that not only do I need to stand up, but I cannot.
Just because, Mark, just because we will not allow you to sing R. Kelly karaoke in our house. Don't be mad about that.
It's so shit. People do it everywhere. They do it in private. It's like white people in the N-word. They say it all the time. It's just in private.
Robert
Not
Sarver
Garth
said it
Kelly.
5 times. 5 times, I'm telling you. 5 times. But he got to keep his team. Mark, how do you feel about that? Like, they stripped your owner of the Clippers, and it benefited you. But they're letting the Phoenix Suns owner stay in his position, although he said the N-word and he was misogynist, sexist, and he did inappropriate things.
He did it all.
I mean, he did it all.
He got the royal flush of
He
things. to
checked
get you
all the
canceled.
boxes. He's a 5-star athlete of assholeness.
What did you do? You're misogynistic? Yeah. Oh, racist too. I see that on your application. Yes.
Oh, today I know.
Let him go.
When I left my previous job, the person that ripped me a reference was there on suspension because he'd been moved from another store for racism. And then I'm thinking, he wrote me the most amazing reference ever.
And then you had to think about, should I use the reference from the racist?
Manny,
I found out today.
Yeah, Manny, let me tell you why he wrote that. Because
to get me out of there.
Wrote that.
A glowing reference to get the fuck out of there.
I've heard people do that numerous times.
Yeah, he either wrote you a glowing reference to one, get you out of there, or two, he hated someone even more than you. He hated another man. I can't let them nuggets get it. Oh, that's what.
Well, I mean, that pretty much concludes the show. I think we've, circled all the way back. Manny, are you still playing the Power Wash game?
Oh my god.
No, kind of.
Okay.
I had to buy a new controller today. That's why I've stopped playing it because for some reason the controller I had, the left thumbstick would just have a mind of its own.
Oh, you were pressing it too hard when you were power washing, man. We've all done that.
So, sorry, we're not talking about Russell Westbrook or Dennis Schroeder. Congratulations on all this. This is signing.
Hey, man, I think that if Dennis Schroeder would have did the right thing and signed his contract, we would never had the Russell Westbrook experience in the beginning.
You guys are a joke of a franchise right now, and I can't wait to see this team fight each other on the court.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll have to wait for you guys to do is win a championship first, and then you can talk and you can come to the championship table. Until then, you can't.
I'm going to say in the crypto arena, we both have the same amount of championships. We both have none.
Yeah, but see, the crypto arena was also known as Staples Center. It was also known as Staples Center. And when you lived in Staples Center, you had to. Hey, do you guys even have any retired jerseys up in our? No, I don't think you do. Because ain't nobody getting up the retired jersey. The only person that's getting up the retired jersey is Chris Paul. What did he want to do? He went through the secret entrance to go fight his old team.
Yeah, but y'all ain't got
their best player might be a coach that couldn't get it done when it counted.
Yeah, your team can't get it up anymore. They're so old. How you like that?
Hey, we gonna be decent for a minute.
How about when Anthony Davis is out for 6 to 8 weeks with hurt feelings? How about that?
Oh,
did you, Marcus,
Marcus, speaking of Anthony Davis, did you see the video of him playing NBA 2K23? No, Marcus, he was playing NBA 2K23, and he was playing at the Lakers, and not even 3 seconds of the game, Anthony Davis in the video game got injured. Like he was on the ground rolling, holding his leg, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the greatest thing ever!" Greatest thing.
Also accurate.
I mean, I understand that our season rests on him being healthy, which is unheard of. It don't happen.
And LeBron James being 78 years old.
Hey, what can I say?
And Patrick Beverly, who's just gonna be a toxic cancer in that locker room.
My favorite thing about Patrick Beverly,
Russell Westbrook, who is selling his house in Brentwood because he realized he can build a new one with all the bricks he's gonna throw up this year.
Oh, did you guys talk about Patrick accusing everybody doing cocaine in NXT?
Yeah.
No, we actually kind of, but not really.
Clearly, Patrick ain't coming back to nobody's company.
Because EC3 rebutted as well.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's so he said, she said bullshit on both sides of people doing cocaine, and no, there's not one reliable narrator. If there was one brave soul
Eric.
to come out and go, I was there. This shit didn't even come close to happening.
Eric, who do you think the Raw superstar is?
Who was doing the coke?
No, he labeled that a mutual friend of theirs who is also a Raw superstar.
The diplomat who was also doing cocaine in the middle of this.
Braun Strowman?
That was mine.
I would think Braun Strowman.
It could also be Drake Maverick, who was recently hired back as an agent.
Okay.
You know.
No, but the thing is, I still stand by the statement that I will believe Patrick over EC3 because EC3 started his thing. He was a top guy. He ain't never been a top guy. And the way that he described how he allegedly set his phone up to record people peeing makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
Yeah. They just had a bunch of cocaine. They were wilding out.
Mark, you living in Pettyville.
Hey,
I'm assuming you enjoy all
Patrick
this
ain't done. By the way, Patrick ain't done forever. He ain't done forever, Eric. You want to know why? People that came back from cocaine for years. Jeff Hardy's still coming back to AEW this week, and he wrestled in TNA. Angle existed. Ric Flair. All these people done did cocaine.
Marcus, let me tell you something right now, brother.
I know what you're about to say. Reality just hit.
No, brother, let me tell you something right now, brother. Yeah, you can recover from doing cocaine, but you can't recover from snitching. And right now, he's snitching. He jello dropping.
He dropped no names. He dropped no names other than EC3 who attacked him first.
Manny, was the rebuttal by EC3 any good?
Nah, he just said he doesn't do cocaine. That is basically what he was trying
That's
to
it?
say.
So he's lying.
I mean, he doesn't do it now, or he didn't do it before?
Eric, to be honest, I saw the headline and I was like, I don't really want to read it. I don't really want to click on this.
After I watched Velveteen's video, I went, this can go forever. This can go forever because no one has any facts.
Well, you know, it's going to start with somebody. That's why you got a little dick. That's what's going to happen.
You know what I wish? You know what I wish? I wish Jake Atlas is involved in this as also. I hope Jake Atlas is involved in this somehow too.
I want the other person, the mutual friend that's overall the superstar that was in there that did the fall. I want it to be Dawkins. I want it to be Dawkins who was there forever, and it would be great to find out that Dawkins is using cocaine and still has the energy of a man of a sloth.
And it would explain the weight loss.
Yeah, but how do you explain the other 2 years of his career? Because this apparently happened like 2 years ago.
Let's point out that
it's just hitting them hard now.
Dawkins was in NXT for about 8 years. He done seen them all come and go. Montez saved him.
Levi wants to believe EC3. Go ahead. I don't believe either one of these cats.
Oh no, I don't believe any. I work in a court of law, and I know everybody spins their narrative to fit their own agenda, and they're both spinning their agenda. Because quite frankly, this shit doesn't need to be aired out in the public. Like, no one needs to do this. Like when Patrick, EC3, you know, like, dude, you took the time to get your video up. Like,
He did come at him like Lash Legend.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
You know what? At that point,
I like the episode that afternoon when he was fixing his dad's computer. The story of him fixing his dad's computer and seeing this online don't even make sense to me. What did you do? You turned on the computer and Google the first thing that popped up? Hey, yo, Dad, look what I did. Oh, no. EC3 is talking shit.
Manny,
I got to go to my car and record a video.
Marcus, I hate to tell you, Patrick strikes me as a person who does a lot of Google vanity searches to see if his name is...
Yeah, no, I understand him just doing a random Google vanity search, but him saying, I had to fix my dad's computer and then I saw this? This nigga saw this a long time ago. He just needed to put his video up for his rebuttal.
I just feel like
Lord says I believe them both, but don't care. Lord, you believe them both, but you need to stop doing drugs.
I just feel like at this point, it's just like both of them don't have a job. Control your narrative. Kind of went under because people started going back because we need to make some real money. Yeah, it's like
I was like, how do I control my narrative if I don't have the money?
Do you think Raquel said? Raquel said, "I can't take care of your ass no more. You get a job, or I'm leaving you."
Yeah.
Now I'm the monster of monsters.
Isn't he a monster among men?
No, it's monsters of monsters now. Yeah.
Oh,
He changed the tagline. Like, to think about it, Marcus, no one cared about the return of Braun Strowman. That's the one that, like, everybody. I think everybody would agree.
Cared.
I think everybody would agree that this is where Triple H dropped the ball on that one. Like, yeah,
I have a problem with him
No,
wrestling
I
in
don't have a
skinny
problem.
jeans, ripped skinny jeans. I have a problem him fighting people in ripped skinny jeans.
Manny, they
Hey,
were regular skinny jeans until he started walking, and then they ripped, and he didn't have time to change his jeans.
I'm just happy that Otis got that ass this week. Otis got him. I don't care if he did sit up. He didn't know where he was at in that World's Strongest Slam. For some reason, we're calling that the World's Strongest Slam still when Otis is doing it. But yeah. And fuck Michael Cole for throwing out PWG and stuff lately, man. He needs to stay in his lane.
So, Bart, are you more upset with him throwing out PWG or him mentioning at least NXT on the show at least 12 times now when NXT wasn't even acknowledged on the main roster at all? Now we just keep talking about former NXT this. Oh, they did this at NXT. Oh, NXT took, like, right now, Triple H is just getting his NXT off.
You know what?
No,
he's made Michael Cole seem like the most impressive commentary guy ever. Because people were just like, "Oh, I hate Michael Cole. He's so bad." And then, like, he's dropping all this stuff like he's the real news anchor he really was.
Yeah, he's just like all the knowledge that he couldn't say before. Why did Michael Cole be the greatest indie wrestler of all time? You know who my favorite wrestler is?
I know you guys don't. I know you guys don't, but I'm going to agree with Levi to a certain extent that Triple H has kind of turned WWE product into a little bit all over the place. It's not a clear direction.
No, it's that's like, NXT. NXT is all over the place, but we like it because we enjoy that shit.
I kind of feel
Eric, Eric, you enjoy it because your shows are like this. Your shows are like NXT.
It is. Like, how many shows do you have a random run-in from Shantae in the back talking about, "Oh, yes, he do," and you can hear it? You don't have that often.
I'm going to also agree with Levi. Triple H is going too hard with the hardcore base. I miss casual Vince trying to just throw shit at you, and you go, "What the fuck was that, Vince?" And somehow that random shit will stick. Yeah, I don't need great matches all the time. Hey. He's throwing out these matches are a little long overall.
I'm surprised.
I miss my 24/7 time. I miss seeing Tazala.
I'm surprised that I thought whoever suggested this in the mid-card message or someplace, or it might have been on the internet, that Sammy should win the 24/7 title so he can have a title just like everybody in the bloodline.
Yeah, I also saw someone post I can't take the Intercontinental title, but I've got good shot at Liv.
Well, anyway, I think this concludes the show because, I mean, what did Hot Topic ever do to deserve such hate?
A lot.
Well, now I can finally fit their clothing. I mean, Ryan was squeezed into Hot Topic clothing, and you see where that got him.
Wearing Hangman Page's shirts.
But what I'm wearing official merch for the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Look at me supporting my brother's endeavors, although he accused me of janking at my job.
Oh, Eric, you can't accuse us of wearing unofficial merch when the guy that has unofficial merch is not even in the chat today.
He's probably printing out some more illegal t-shirts for somebody. Well, anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this NXT AEW focused type episode of this show where we're just all over the place. Remember, if you guys want us to be more directed, please send us some questions and emails and leave comments to tell us what you want us to talk about. Let me make sure we have no emails. We don't.
Did you say mean comments?
They can be mean if they want to.
I have no idea.
Wait, you guys compared Mankind's and Batman's financial budgets for referee on Raw's Retro?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he did. Mankind was doing prep, and we compared it to Batman, and then we talked about the budget, and then we talked about that Lucius Fox probably pulled the trigger on Batman, and he was like, "Fuck it, I go to the dumpster too." Shit.
Luchador said he asked a question. Do you see the question that he asked?
Oh yeah, he did. But you were too busy in your rant, so for me.
What was the question?
It is: do you think they can turn what's going on with Punk and the Elite into a program? So Punk and FTR versus the Elite. I think they will.
I mean,
Yeah,
money
you can.
talks. It depends on if you can get those individuals to put all their beef aside and go from there. I'm sorry, when another man bit me, I don't think I can forgive that.
But see, he's already kind of turned whatever they're doing with MJF into a kind of program. So
Anything can be
everything,
everything and everything is a program. Once Matt Hardy and Edge had their drama air out on TV, you just realize it's a program. Hell, I can't wait for the rumor Britt breaking Christian and Adam Cole storyline.
The real
You guys,
the real question is Punk though. Like after this 8 months off, is he really gonna want to come back? That's the real like the fact that he had all these squabbles and stuff just seems like he's starting to get disinterested in this again. So
now, I have a question for you guys because Marcus brought something up. I don't know about this Christian Britt.
I don't think it's real.
It's not a lie. It's not real, probably, but it was funny.
Oh, okay.
It's a Twitter thing or something.
Yeah, some podcaster said it, just dropped it into conversation very loosely, and then Twitter went wild with it.
And I 100% would support it. If I never see Adam Cole and Britt Baker again, I will say, Christian, you're not only a motherfucker, you're a homewrecker.
Do you hate Adam Cole and Britt Baker together more than Sammy and Tay Conti?
No, I don't care about these people being together. I just don't like Sammy.
No, Britt Baker and Adam Cole are rarely on TV together. Whereas Sammy and Tay Conti are revving it up to be more annoying.
But it just made no sense this week on Dynamite when Sammy came down to the ring by himself for her to come down to the ring with Anna Jay. Like, why? I
would have thought Mox is the type of person that would have just DDT'd her. I would. I think Mox would have DDT'd her. I feel the real Mox would have DDT'd her.
And just deal with the ramifications afterwards.
Yeah, but I can give a damn about. I'm glad you're stuffing your face right now. But I just can't stand Sammy matches. I don't like the way they put together. I just don't like Sammy. I think he's trash. I think he's the most.
Levi says my biggest issue with wrestling is every promotion is stuck with booking that based in either 1999 WWE or 2005 AEW. Do you think either company will create content that's modern? Well, I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's that. I think I think there's a lot of people in AEW that like playing homage to history. So Tony Khan's booking kind of leans in towards that. NXT is booking like their ROH.
No, they book like they are Glow or something, and then they throw in Ring of Honor or something in the middle for their matches. But
I don't know who's booking like 2005. I don't think AEW is booking like a 2005. I think they're booking. I'm booking like they're more WCW, WWE at that time hybrid.
But my question that I have, and I don't think the modern fan could accept. I don't think the wrestling fan could accept modern content. I don't think they want that.
Well, I don't think wrestling fans in general don't know what they want.
Yeah, I think wrestling fans wants to complain.
No, see, AEW when they first started was kind of what everyone was doing at the time, indie wrestling wise, when they started. Now they've kind of trying to shift towards more episodic kind of stuff, even though it's not really paying off. But they've shifted to that style what Levi's talking. Yeah, shifted to what to the point Levi's making.
They just bring in new people every week. I just go like, who's in here this week?
I think with Tony, he lost direction because he got enamored with the surprise.
Okay. I'm just glad
with the surprise, like
that food, and your words were able to come out.
He was always trying to have this next person to debut. So he just kept buying new items. He's kind of like me, collecting shit, but really not doing anything with it with any purpose. And it's like, I think both Tony and I need to both figure out how to use what we acquire with purpose.
Well, WWE were doing that when they were hoarding wrestlers around the start of AEW. And then when these guys started to get released, Tony had an abundance of people he could pick from, and he started bringing them in, which really is why. Remember when I said that he probably should have signed them to like short-term contracts to see what they were really going to do with them instead of holding them down. Because I think it doesn't help to be a young company like that and have such a huge roster.
All right, Manny, question for you. If you was in charge of AEW and you can book one person who's not being pushed right now, who would it be?
He's being booked though. He's currently being booked.
I just wanted to stutter. I'm sorry.
Who's the guy that just got put into the firm with the green hair?
Lee Moriarty.
Lee Moriarty.
Man, you can't say you want to push somebody that did not know their name.
No, but he
seems
pretty
you
good.
You don't know my name.
Okay, so Manny selects Lee Moriarty. Marcus, what about you? Who's not getting pushed in the AEW that you would like to see get a push?
Darby Allin.
Marcus, that's actually real because
That's the real thing.
But he fought Matt Hardy on Rampage. Like, that was bad.
Yeah. But it's all the people who are complaining about Luigi Primo being on TV as well. Andrade, Miro. Darby's too busy flipping himself upside down in some Nitro circus. They even have time to tweet or something. But there are so many people on this card. And, there's a valid complaint, even though they may be, working. Like Andrade talked about, if I came out cooking tacos, which I was like, I think Charlotte wrote that tweet. I don't know why. But she wrote that tweet in anger. This is some bullshit.
Well, let me tell you something right now.
If the House of Black was actually doing anything important,
Ethan Page,
even though he has the best tits in the game, I like that he just cut a promo on AEW talking about he would like to be taken serious. All right, first match out, he's booting Luigi Primo, a joke, and feuding with Danhausen, another joke.
The thing that I didn't quite understand about that whole segment was the fact that Stokely took all the time to lay out what their plans were, but apparently they're only those plans when they're together because they're the firm. It made no sense to me. El Luchador says he wouldn't mind seeing Miro, Wardlow. Miro is a good selection. I mean, for me,
Marcus fell off the cliff.
Marcus also pointed out who I would select, Andrade. Andrade's the guy I would like to see be pushed. But now we're going to go the other way. Marcus, WWE, who would you like to see get a little bit more television time, a little bit more of a push that's not getting it right now?
Well,
Shelton Benjamin?
Miss Veer. I really do miss Veer, God damn it. How you like that? How you like that?
Wow,
How you like
Veer.
that? That was a personal note to me. Where the fuck is the Veer?
Okay. Manny, what about yourself?
I want to go back in time to a time where Mustafa Ali was very close to winning that Money in the Bank contract till Brock Lesnar brought his ass down to the ring and inserted himself into this match. I kind of want to see where they were going to go with a push for Mustafa Ali. I think he's a talented individual. He's not of size, but he's talented enough to see where they could push him. But I know for a fact it wouldn't be that far, but it'd be interesting to see a good run through.
I mean, I did enjoy the little bit of main event I saw with him and Cedric teaming up with each other. They had some very entertaining matches at that point. When I'm trying to think about who would I like to see be pushed, I'm really trying to go down the list in my head, and I can't think of anybody right now.
AJ Styles.
No, AJ Styles has had his time to shine. Ricochet's getting pushed right now, so I can't. Quite frankly, yeah, I know I'm going to get hate when I say this. Baron Corbin. I would like to see. I hope that him being kidnapped by JBL turns into him being something more.
We're not asking for the exact same old types of wrestlers, though.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the question of who do you want to see get pushed, and then or what kind of wrestling show you want to see. No one's got a good answer.
Hey,
yes,
I think we all agree.
I'm for that.
Right here, Hill Coffee.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Yes.
Because I turned up, down, coffee doing coffee shit again. It's like, man, it just coffee being who coffee is. It's just
I don't even know how that translates to a wrestling program of how
Marcus,
is.
Coffee is just you. When you play video games, when you do anything, Marcus, that is who coffee is.
Yeah,
everybody,
how do you even translate that to
everybody,
Marcus, you already know what it is. Do you remember? Do you remember on the New Day podcast? Big money, Kofi Kingston.
Big-
Yeah,
Kofi
I know.
Big money.
Yo, Kofi will be amazing.
Come on, man. But see, the problem is though, I don't think you can get Hill Coffee by Coffee Turd or Xavier Woods. I don't think people care enough
Yeah, you
about
can.
Woods.
Yeah,
you have to
can.
have Big E. He has to
You
turn
do
on
the
Big E.
Maybe if you do the angle up, down, down, they just have a big old fight, and then they swing on each other, and you're like, is that legit? And then Kofi Kingston come out there the next day, he turns on for real. I'm like, damn, piece of shit.
Do you guys think Gargano could be the future push that could carry WWE to the next? Okay, all right, that was
It'd
quick.
be a
Marcus.
push, but I don't know. The small wrestler it seems like the era of the small wrestler again.
Let me just ask this question: is Taz the Lord and Savior of WWE?
No.
Do you think if Taz? Okay. So they don't have that. They don't have the next Roman, right?
You talking about that's Braun Breaker, baby?
No,
No,
it's
no.
not, Marcus.
No.
No.
Braun Breaker. I think the future of WWE is within their women.
You know what KO said
That's true.
to Austin Theory about guys coming and guys being labeled the guy and then coming and going. That was
You're a
that's
dime a
Braun Breaker.
dozen.
That's
Yeah,
Braun Breaker.
You're a
is.
dime a dozen. I'm 1,000,001. KO can also be the face of wrestling. Still relatively in his youth and prime.
Well, anyway, Marcus woke up the dragon, and we had a real show for the last part. Kept him here longer.
You son of a bitch. I tried to end the show early, and now you see.
So Levi said he would like to see Logan Paul, which is an interesting choice coming from Levi, and Darby Allin, which I'm not. I think a lot of people would like to see Darby Allin treated a little bit better.
Logan Paul is getting a title shot.
We don't know yet.
Chill.
In 3 minutes, that's going to be made official.
Yeah, he's gonna get a title shot.
Well, Miz is going to be upset about that. Anyway,
By the
we
way,
hope you guys.
Can I say Dave Meltzer's the worst thing in wrestling? Again, I had no clue Roman's going to fight Logan Paul, but all through my feed, wrestlers every Dave Meltzer reported that Logan Paul is going to fight Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. People need to stop leaking this shit randomly.
You want me to book you a cage match with Dave Meltzer, Marcus? Or you
No,
want
I
to go
ain't
get
got
Shaw
time.
Ross? Sap.
No, I would like to have a conversation with Shaw Sapp and just get all his where to get his sources.
You trying to
He's
get more
turned into
views.
he's turned into a little hateful motherfucker on Twitter.
He is. He is. Every time because Manny, do you do
The wrestling community turns you into this.
No, because
It
do you know his Fightful thing is behind the pay window, most of his information.
Yeah.
And so people complain, and then he starts to fight everyone on Twitter about this. I was just like, why?
I remember he was like, it was like some big star once out of WWE or something like that. Tune into FightfulSelect.com for it, right? And then people were pissed because the big star was Roderick Strong, and they were like, he ain't no big star. What the hell? Like, I'm like, well, that's what you get for paying your $5 to have wrestling news source.
You know what this is. Call the hotline. That's all this
Yeah.
is. You know what this is. But
I just wait for Ringside News to post it.
I think the only way to save professional wrestling is that we have to lose it. I think they should cancel all wrestling right now. And I know it's the most dramatic thing I've ever said in my life.
I don't
but
think they need to cancel that. I think they need to cancel all these news sources.
Oh yeah, also do that too. But I'm just saying, cancel it all and then take it all away from everybody because wrestling fans don't know how to appreciate anything, whether it's Triple H or Tony Khan. Both of them have their pluses and minuses, but wrestling fans as a whole are pieces of shit who don't like change, who want the same thing from 1998 or before or after or somewhere wherever they grew up, and they're just not gonna have it.
Let's be real though.
Happy.
Let's be real. Triple H, when he first started, his first 2 weeks, he kept WWE quiet. Then all of a sudden, now shit is leaking out again. Because I think, like Marcus said, the leak of Logan Paul fighting Roman Reigns for the title, that sucks because it's like it defeats the whole purpose of what you watch wrestling for.
To be fair, that was leaning somewhere anyway because it was like all over the internet. He interviewed him after Roman left the room. He started talking shit and stuff like that, and then the tweets came out. So it was like it was obvious that one. Yes. You can draw your own conclusions to that one.
Let me tell you guys right now. Like currently, I'm reading the Black Panther comic book because I wanted to understand the relationship between Neymar and and T'Challa and all that and that whole and I went back to issue number 1 for a 2015 run. Let me tell you, this is some of the most entertaining shit that I've read, knowing that all this Magneto got beef with the Black Panther. I didn't know any of this. And enjoying stuff, not knowing anything, it's so much enjoyment. Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead. I said Magneto just seems like he has beef with random people. And
because apparently, Marcus, Magneto somehow got the mutants in charge and like Storm. Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know any of this.
I'm up to date.
Oh, you are?
I'm up to date.
I didn't know you was back in the game, Marcus.
I'm not in the game. I was the game at one point, and I'm not. I just know that's 2015. That's 7 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
I'm so far out of this game.
Yeah. Well, I wish that they would stop making Marvel products at this point too.
Well, no, you know what? I don't need any of the movies because I'll let you know the comic books are great, especially because I got a gift card, so I used to get Marvel Unlimited, and quite frankly, reading old shit is kind of cool on my iPad Pro. It's actually really nice and beautiful.
But like you were going to say, it's nice not knowing what's going to happen next.
It's wonderful not knowing what's going to happen. That's like me going to see The Woman King, and like someone already told me, well, you know this is going to happen. I don't know what happens, although everybody tells me that's a great movie.
But here's this. It's like, you know how you're watching The House of the Dragons, as you like to point out.
House of the Dragon, yes.
And, you know, and all their incest and shit's going on there. Oh. It'd be like, oh, damn, this is what's going to happen. Someone's like, yeah, you know who's going to show up in episode 5, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what? I don't want to know this shit. You want to know there's a big battle planned in episode 7, and you know what's going to happen? Tope Suicidas.
Like, Tope Suicida.
Like, no, but what I'm saying is like, you don't want to know shit. No one goes into their entertainment and goes, oh, I need to know everything. Now, I'm also a hippo in the crate when I love reading the random gossip stories, like Britt Baker and Christian, or some shit like that, or the AEW drama, or you know, the Sasha and Naomi, or Walking to Town again. I enjoy some of the gossip, but I don't want to know what's gonna happen on the actual show.
Yeah, I don't understand what Sasha and Naomi doing. They just living their life right now outside of WWE. I don't know what that is.
I don't think Naomi would have been any part of any of this if she didn't walk out with Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I think like this is one of those things. Like Sasha's like, I'm sorry, girl, that I got you fired. So everywhere I go, I'm gonna bring you with me. Okay, if I do it, you do it. And you know what? You can't be mad at that. And then apparently Sasha and Jimmy now have a handshake with each other. Watch out, she's a snake, Naomi. Watch out. Anyway, we've gone long enough. I need to go grill some meat after I take a nap. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Marcus, thank you for igniting the fire for me to talk about other random stuff because of your bitterness. I'm glad that you quit and you came back, just like how Manny quit and he came back. This was
I didn't quit. Apparently people assumed I quit or got fired or died.
And we've already told Manny that if he died, it would be the worst memorial picture ever.
I want a Benoit. I want a Benoit tribute.
By the way, Manny, I know we had this earlier in the pre-show, or this was the show. I don't remember when we talked about visiting the Queen and going to meet somebody. Manny, think about the views, huh? Think about the views and subscribers. If you were going to wait 13 hours and give us live updates of the Queen viewing, come on. And then you give up, and then you just show a picture of Charlotte Flair in your thirst trapping waist.
Wow, that's one way to end the show. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. I'm Eric. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm Greg. Sorry.
I'm Steve.
And I just had enough.
Until next week, where I will do it again and Marcus will go on another rant of me not caring about the craft of professional wrestling. Stay sharp.
Hold on. I'll create a chant in Manny's memory, like all UK fans. You better.
Manny, you wouldn't let him appear on the show unless he paid you $100.
Hey, by the way, can we, if Manny were to have a funeral, or any of us had a funeral, can we also just have the sad funeral and we'd be happy, and have a happy moment or something, and then I want Tyson Fury to get up on stage and sing bye.
Nah. Either when the coffin is being lowered into the ground or being shoved into the incinerator, I want everyone to chant, "This is awesome."
Nah, man, what I was gonna do as your coffin is being lowered, I was gonna have Nikita Lyons come up there and twerk as the coffin is going to the ground. The last bit of thirst is just being trapped underneath the ground. That's what I would do.
Okay, can you have a hole in the casket?
I want Druids.
Have a hole in the casket with my hand come out like this, pointing at We the Ones as twerking is happening.
Clearly.
I want Druids. I want Druids. I want
With the
Druids to carry me out. Yeah, and then Shyamalan. Yeah, they do all this shit. And then I want to have a digital graphic of me floating up into the screen.
No, you're not allowed that. You don't acknowledge 94 as your best year in wrestling. You can't have that. That's my moment.
So Marcus, I'm point out I need you to, Marcus, for that to happen,
now
Marcus.
I can finally rest in peace.
I need you to increase your life insurance policy. I need you to do that, brother, because that's expensive.
No, we can just do it. We can do it.
No, you just get a TV. You just get a TV and a pre-recording.
And a flashlight of a light going up into the TV.
Or worse yet, you have somebody walking. Okay, we have a video that Mark's going to play, and they show an iPhone 18. Like, here you go. Everybody look at this little screen.
18? That's what you've given him 4 years to live.
I know what Marcus is trying to change his life around, man. I think he's going to make it, though. He going to make it.
Thank you for praying for my downfall.
Nah, because I think somebody
I
else
just can't wait till you convince. I can't wait till you convince the pallbearers who are carrying my thing, and you got to put these on. What is this shit? It's hot. Put it on. He wanted this. He wanted it this way. And then he started laughing. Druids.
Shout out to Shotzi saving Raquel, trying to become prominent on the SmackDown roster.
She decided to her face. She decided to her face randomly. Takeover Halloween Havoc is also happening.
Also, shout out to Mia Yim for defending her man on Twitter too.
Oh, fuck Mia Yim.
Why, Betty?
She did right. She did right. She stood by her man. And you know what? He damn near died.
And she knows it.
He damn near died. Maybe she like all that meat. Maybe she like her man, BBW. I don't think
she liked the belly on the back. She liked the belly on the back. And Marcus, it's BHM, Marcus. It's a BHM. Get it right. Get the acronym right.
I honestly don't know.
Big handsome man. That's what it stands for.
Is that what that's called?
Yep. Or it could also be big hairy man too, but you can do whatever way. Whatever.
Oh, big heifer.
Also, Eric, I would like to stay away from your Google searches.
My Google searches are all about cameras, video games, and shit. About me collecting shit.
Cameras, video games, and shit. Eric Google shit and cameras because he takes pictures of shit with his cameras. What's the best camera of taking shit?
Nah, man. I've been trying to figure out how to shit, and so oh.
Yeah, I can't just leave. I just can't hold up a Jordan 11 just like that. I'm not doing that. And there was never you take your shoes off, John. There's no one you could hate.
Damn! Wait, so I call him in by his real name. Next thing you know, Manny call him by his real name too. Oh, we done lost kayfabe right now.
I didn't call him John.
You just did.
Now.
You did.
Now.
You called him. Manny, you go back and listen to the video. You called him John.
You said called him John.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, you said I don't take my shoe off, John. Like you literally did that.
I said Jordan.
No, you said John.
No, you said John.
I'm going to go back and play this now.
Yeah, go back. Anyway, as we call everybody by their real name, my real name.
We edgy now. Soon we're going to start calling Big Ross Man Johnny Cashmere. We edgy. Next thing you know, Manny's going to blade. Oh, there he did it. We edgy TV.
And Manny needs to
saying shit.
And Manny needs to blow it up before I take off my shirt and start twerking like he's lured it in the funeral. Stay safe, guys. It's because it's coming up. It's coming up.
Blaming yourself and saying someone's real name. Ooh, edgy.
Oh, I need to play this one more time.
Oh, we haven't mentioned WWE. Oh, no, that went perfect. No.
Did she ever explain what she was trying to do?
Get the code number or something.
Get the code or something.
And then she got force pushed by a Jedi.
But the greatest thing about it, though, it looked like she set that shit up herself because she put all that soft stuff for her to fall into.
That's what I said. And then people that watch the show that know me from work said that looks like a training video.
Yeah, that looks like, oh my God, life alert. One of those infomercials where someone is like, oh my God, I can't handle doors anymore. And they just fall down. Like, what happened?
You know that Randy Orton thing should have taken like 5 minutes. That took me half an hour because I couldn't stop laughing.
Anyway, I gotta go buy some ice, I think. So you guys stay sharp. We're going.